All right, so I want to just say this. I'm at this point where I've just been getting so many reality checks in this country that I don't even know what to think of George Floyd now. I have a video on my old channel and on this channel explaining my opinion on it. Now, let me say this. When and I think a lot of you, anybody that watches the channel can agree with me on this. Whenever a black person dies from a white cop or just some white person, I believe they are the wrong people that we should have marches and protests for. That's just my opinion. Dr. King, I think I told my mother this. He did not march for the first lady that refused to give up her seat um, on the bus because she was pregnant at 15, and it would look bad for a pastor to have a march for a woman that had a child out of wedlock. Now, somebody was saying that Dr. King didn't want to use her because she was dark skinned and Rosa Parks was light skinned. I don't know if that's true or not, but I just think that the people that had marches and protests, we honor these people like they're martyrs. They're like they contribute to the crime and a lot of the dysfunction in the black community. I'm not talking down upon no one dead, but it's like you can't say that we gotta honor the life and the legacy of somebody that in the process destroyed more black lives than the cop that killed this person. But I'm gonna tell you, when I was in the ambulance, right? When I was in the ambulance, well, first when I was at the gym, my heart was beating, and I was in my sleep paralysis, possible seizure mode, where I couldn't move, I couldn't be touched. It was very painful. They were not helpful at all. It's like they wanted me to die. They were like, they did not look at me, and I'm not. Let me just say this really quickly. Y'all on this channel, and I probably anybody that watches this with some of my videos, you probably like watch them and think like I'm probably racist. I'm a race baiter. I speak on what I feel and what I experience. What this channel initially was about was just my discontent for the black community, the stuff that I dealt with in the black community, um, all of just the just a lot of the crap that I've endured, and I've come to the understanding that other communities, the white, Hispanic, Asian, while they don't have elements of violence and crime, like assault and sometimes murder, it's not really existent too much. I do not like have like a lot of trust within these communities because a lot of the stuff that they try to get away from or move from, like a lot of the aggression they have, they will possibly take out on me, and that's why I'm a little cautious on a lot of non-black people. But I evolved from being more balanced. Like I'm more balanced. Like I have my opinions on like the black community, but but like I said, I honestly, if I could, and it's like I know I say this a lot. If I could, a lot of the people like I was really cold to because of like the stuff that happened to me, like the assaults and the jumps and the time I got jumped and all the times I was robbed. I literally had somebody try to fight me on the bus. That's why I had to get a car. But all the stuff that I had that happened to me, I was really I took out on a lot of people, and I wish I could apologize to some of them because they had nothing to do with what happened to me. But it seemed like the only time I got people to really leave me alone was when I acted the way I did. But let me say this: when I was in that ambulance, they did not look at me as a person. They could care less if I died or not. And I'm not saying this to gain sympathy. I'm not the type that likes to just boo-hoo and cry. But it made me think that you are asking me questions when my heart is beating. You provide no assistance at all. I was telling myself that these are the people, like paramedics, cops. These are the people that I'm paying out of my check. Like they make money off of me to basically do nothing. Because in most areas that are like little towns, little suburban areas of a big city, they are basically, free of crime. They don't have the problems that the big cities have. These cops do not provide a service whatsoever. If it's anything, they all they do is survey and just sit in the parking lot for hours doing nothing. But my point is, I could have died. I could have literally died that day. And I'm serious when I say this. I mean this on my life. The cop was trying to get me to sign forms as I'm having a seizure and a heart attack. Like my heart was beating. It looks like on the screen, it was like 165 beats per minute. It was like 165, 175, and that's a lot higher than the like a usual heartbeats. But I told myself that this is how they do. And let me say this: I know, like I said, if I work in a community, technically I'm part of that community. If you're taking taxes, taking money out of my check, technically I am part of the community. But they don't look at me as a member of their community. They don't look at me as one of them. I'm the other. And my point is, I'm not saying this to, you know, I'm not saying this because I just want this person something to happen to them. No. But it's taught me, you know, that I was telling this to I was telling this to my boss. I feel like with police and just city, like what black people put their tax dollars towards. I feel like I personally feel like this. And I said this to another person. Your taxes should go to your race. Somebody said this and it sounded dumb, but when I thought about it, it does not. I'm not doing anything putting my money into other than like a college that I could possibly attend. Because most of them don't care about your address. As long as you have the money, they don't really care. But I was telling myself that if I could, where was I going with this? I'm gonna do another part to it. I'm sorry.